Hello and welcome to Eledor Plays World of Warships. Today we are looking at the Myoko class heavy cruiser of the Imperial Japanese Navy. This was a class of 4 ships built between the Aoba class and the Takao class. We're going to have a look at the Aoba. You can see, these are much smaller. They're about, the Aobas are about 8,000 tons. Same sized guns. It's Myoko. Myoko has 4 more. So there's a huge amount of armament for its size, and when it actually was launched, it was actually the heaviest armed cruiser on the planet. Which the first one was launched. It was the Nachi. So there's 4 ships built in this class. It was the Myoko, Nachi, Haguro, and Ashigara. Yeah, I think that's right. Excuse my pronunciation. I am not Japanese. I'm Australian. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to use my anime knowledge to try and pronounce words, but that might not be working. Anyway, they're quite lightly armed for a heavy cruiser. At the belt, they've got about 102 mils of armor. Deck is roughly about 32, 35 mils. Yeah, we'll just take a comparison. So 76 mils in the bar bed as well. To be fair, now these are tier 7. So we'll go over to the one we did last time, which was the Devonshire, which is only a that's Tiger. The Devonshire, which is only a tier 6. These would have been its primary opponent. You see, the main belt is 114. The barbets are a bit lighter armored on these, but the cannon class as a whole were the probably, other than the USS's heavy cruisers, these have been one of its main opponents. So you can see the certain armors are better, certain armors are not, but these cruisers were generally built, I think, with the all or nothing scheme in place anyway. Which a lot of other navies were a bit slower to adopt. And I think they were roughly built around the same time as the Myokos. So anyway, we'll go back. The more famous older sister of the Myoko is the Takao class. They got to have a starring role in the Godzilla -1. Yes. I think that's it. You can't actually get the Takao in this game. You can get one of the class, but not the... No, go away. Fine, I'll get that. Whatever that is. Anyway, ships. Japan. Cruisers. And I'm not suggesting anyone buy this stuff. So it's... Yeah, Targo? Yeah. So this is what the Takao looks like. It's a bigger, heavier, it's possibly even a little bit less stable than the Myoko. Just check the armor. It's a bit heavier armored, as you can see there. 102 there. 76, I think. Fixed armor. Where's fixed armor? Oh, right there in the front bits. Well, when you think about it, that's because that's where the ammunition is. So it's got the heaviest armor around the ammunition. Where the barbets are. So anyway, that's the Takao. It's a beast of a ship for its period. It definitely got its it bloodied itself definitely in the war, and definitely took out a number of multiple ships throughout the war. Yeah, this. Sorry for showing those sort of the armory type thing, but that's the only way to show the ship off because I actually don't have it. Could have just gone there. Hindsight. So anyway, we'll be just doing a standard co-op battle as we usually do. Try and win. Speed-wise, the ship is very fast. At the base speed, this is not the actual speed, is about 35.5 knots. It did get a modernization roughly around late 1930s, which lowered its speed down to 34 knots. But that's because these guns, which are 203mm here, are actually like the second upgrade of the guns, I think. Doesn't show it there. So when this ship was first built, it had 200mm guns, which meant it was a 7.9-inch gun. It was upgraded to a 203mm gun, which makes it roughly 8-inch. And those guns, the difference in that 3 mils is 100 kilos. It was a lot of weight per turret. It wasn't 100 kilos, it was more than that. Beyond that, it's a very fast, very agile ship. It's well armed, got torpedoes, it's got some light secondary turrets, as you can see there, which are, I think, dual purpose. Yeah, there we are. Dual purpose. So they're a 127mm, which is roughly 4.7-inch, or 5-inch. Must have been upgraded at some point. So I have 120mm here, and they've got something else. That's all fine. Then you got your anti-aircraft guns, just standard Japanese anti-aircraft guns. Not the best in the world. I think there were some issues with how they jammed a lot and ran out of ammunition. Still were better than nothing. So anyway, we'll get going. So the ship itself weighed 11,633 tons dry weight. It was actually intended to weigh in the 10,000 ton allowance they were given. However, the ship was heavier than expected, and at full load, the thing weighs nearly 15,000 tons, which is a bit more than the 10,000 ton limit, just a little bit. They have a length of 204 meters, which is roughly 669 feet for the Americans. Beam of 19.5 meters at its widest point, which is 64 feet. Draft of 6.36 meters, which is 20.9 feet, which meant if it was in 20 feet of 21, 22 feet of water, it could actually go there. These are very fast, very agile ships. The armor of the ship was roughly composite, corresponds to 16% of the total weight of the ship, which most battleships tend to average towards 30 to 40% weight for the armor to.
Awaiting instructions.
Good. You can see that the turret, that funnel there is a double funnel. The ship also has 12 610mm torpedoes launchers, which you can see on the sides sticking out there. You can't really see it where I'm putting trying to put the indicator right about here. These little windows here have the turret. So you got 3, 3, 3, 3. So that's 12. This ship can melt if it's not looked after well, and I've periodically gone fighting and ended up very dead very quickly. So it's one of those things you should really be careful with, because you get so far, you're so fast, you go well past your safety zones. End up in a world of pain. And I'd just like to remind everyone, I am not great at this game. I just like ships. Just like to add that. Of the Myoko class, there were 4 ships built. I think I already said that. But there was the Myoko, which was finished and laid down in 1929, July. You had the Nachi, which was laid down after, actually started construction after the Myoko, because Myoko is the class name of the ship. So obviously that would have been built first. But the Nachi was actually completed first. That's gonna miss. So Nachi was completed in November of 1928, so almost a full half year before.
We've spotted an enemy submarine.
That's very dramatic. Should get it right on. There we go. Nice.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
In the meta of this game, you shouldn't really be doing a... I believe you're not meant to be doing a broadside. Is that someone just blowing up? Yeah, that's... Got it. Alright, we're going to turn away from it because it might have launched torpedoes. I did damage some torpedoes we're sending out, and we don't want to get hit by that
Enemy cruiser.
cruiser.
Torpedoes to starboard.
See? 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 What did I say? Can't still be detected, can we? That's complaining about me getting too close to the shore there. So you can see the ship can tear through other ships pretty well. We're also pretty well... We're a higher tier for the most part against all these ships. That makes it a bit easier. Although there is a Fiji? And a Rook. Oh, Rooks are nasty. Rooks are basically a hood if it had 9 15-inch guns. I believe? Never mind, Rook's dead. So, the Myoko ultimately survived World War II. End up being captured and then sunk in the Malacca Strait in July of 1946. Unfortunately, the rest of its sisters did not survive the war. With the Nachi getting sunk in November of 1944 by aircraft from the USS Lexington. The Hagoro was sunk 16th of May 1945 in the Strait of Malacca by Royal Navy destroyers. So that was right towards the end of the war. And the Ashigara was sunk in June 1945 in the Banka Strait by HMS Trebuchet, which was a submarine. Hey, I got it.
Enemy aircraft carrier sighted. Enemy cruiser sighted.
Where? Got me?
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert. The ship is on fire.
I might get sunk here, but
Problem solved, sir.
we'll try not to.
Enemy heavily damaged. Anti-aircraft gun crews are on normal alert.
I think I've got it. I don't know what gave it away. I am on fire though. Yeah, this is the Myoko class of the IJM. That's actually not a bad effort for me. Things considered. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, really appreciate it if you'd give me a like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing one of these every week. I might do a little bit of short content from it just in case. But for the most part, yeah, I'll be doing one of these every week. I'm going to try and improve them as we go. I am admitting to being very rough at the moment still. Camera work will get better, my talking will get better, blah 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 blah, and all that fun stuff. But anyway, thank you for watching. Keep doing what you're doing. Look after yourselves, look after your pets, love your family, and cheerio.